I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Thought everything shifted. What should have been an ordinary arrival instantly turned into a scene filled with mystery, emotion, and endless speculation. Taehyung of BTS, a global figure known for his powerful visuals, deep artistic aura, and unpredictable charm, was suddenly spotted in Japan under circumstances that felt anything but ordinary. He appeared briefly, then vanished again, leaving behind a trail of questions that quickly took over the internet. Dressed almost entirely in black, his figure blended into the night. Part of his face was concealed, his movements calm yet clearly intentional. A beanie, mask, and sunglasses added layers of anonymity, though everyone knew that completely hiding Taehyung was impossible. The setting appeared discreet, possibly near a building entrance or parking area, with a vehicle already waiting. There were no dramatic gestures, no announcements, no official statements, and yet the impact was immediate. Within minutes, armies around the world were sharing, zooming in, and analyzing every second of the footage. Why Japan? Why now? And why did everything about his presence feel so carefully planned? His outfit quickly became a focal point. To many fans, the all-black look didn't feel random. It felt symbolic. It suggested privacy, intention, perhaps even secrecy. This was not Taehyung under bright stage lights or on glossy magazine covers. This was someone moving quietly, almost trying not to be seen, and paradoxically, becoming impossible to ignore because of it. Amid the circulating clips, one small moment struck fans deeply. Taehyung gently raised his hand in a soft wave. It wasn't exaggerated or performative, just simple and sincere. In another clip, his fingers formed a small heart gesture, familiar and deeply personal. That brief action sparked an emotional response far beyond its size, interpreted as a silent message. I'm okay. I see you. Soon, the idea of a secret mission began spreading online. With no official confirmation, theories flourished. Fans connected dots, revisited old interviews, and recalled Taehyung's long-expressed interests in film, art, and fashion. Japan, with its strong influence on aesthetics, cinema, and storytelling, has always held a special place in his creative world. His quiet appearance there felt intentional, not coincidental. Some speculated about a personal art project requiring solitude and focus. Others pointed to possible fashion-related schedules, given his impact on luxury brands and global trends. There were even whispers of acting opportunities, collaborations, or concept research for a future release. Each theory added depth to the mystery without resolving it. What made the moment even more powerful was the silence from official channels. No press release followed, no clarification arrived. Hybe remained quiet, and Taehyung himself offered no explanation on social media. In a fast-moving digital age, silence often speaks the loudest. Media outlets soon picked up the story, emphasizing the contrast between his low-key appearance and his massive global fame. A man whose mere presence can dominate headlines chose to move quietly through a foreign city, without spectacle, yet surrounded by attention. It was a reminder of the paradox of fame, being everywhere and unreachable at the same time. Japanese fans joined the conversation with surprise, excitement, and respect. Many praised his calm demeanor and polite gestures, noting how naturally he blended into the environment. Some even admitted they hadn't recognized him at first, only realizing who he was after the footage spread online, a detail that further fueled the narrative of mystery. Fans revisited Taehyung's past reflections on privacy and creative space. He has often spoken about the need to step away from the spotlight to recharge, reflect, and create. Japan, known for balancing modern life with quiet introspection, felt like a fitting place for such a moment. Whatever the purpose of this trip, personal, professional, or somewhere in between, one thing felt clear. Taehyung appeared calm, focused, and fully present. The emotional response from ARMY was overwhelming, driven by curiosity, concern, and deep affection. The word mission softened in meaning, coming to represent a personal journey rather than dramatic secrecy. Days passed, yet the images refused to fade. Fan edits surfaced, slowing the footage, adding soft music, highlighting the wave, the heart gesture, the quiet walk toward the car. Each edit told a slightly different story, but all shared the same emotional core. What makes this moment resonate is not only the mystery, but the contrast. In an industry built on constant exposure, Taehyung's brief, guarded appearance felt profoundly human. It reminded fans that behind the stages and global fame is an individual choosing when to speak and when to remain silent. That choice only deepened the connection people feel toward him. As of now, there are no official answers, and perhaps that is exactly why the moment matters. Taehyung appeared, acknowledged his fans in the smallest way, and disappeared again, leaving the world talking, wondering, and waiting. Was it truly a secret mission, or simply Taehyung moving through the world on his own terms? Whatever the truth may be, the impact is undeniable. He doesn't need grand announcements to command attention. Sometimes all it takes is a black outfit, a hidden face, a gentle wave, and a city far from home. In the days following his quiet appearance, the conversation surrounding Taehyung only grew louder. What initially began as a fleeting sighting evolved into a broader reflection on his current chapter, one defined not by noise, but by restraint. Fans and observers alike noted how rare it has become to witness such an unguarded yet controlled moment from someone of his stature. What stood out most was not where he went next, but what he chose not to do. There were no follow-up posts, no carefully worded updates, no attempt to redirect attention. In an era where every move is often documented in real time, Taehyung's decision to let the moment exist on its own felt deliberate. It allowed the focus to remain on presence rather than promotion, intention rather than explanation. Industry insiders and cultural commentators began weighing in, framing the moment as part of a larger pattern seen among artists who have reached a certain level of global recognition. For them, privacy becomes not a luxury, but a necessity. Taehyung's brief appearance in Japan was increasingly interpreted as an assertion of control over his time, his image, and his creative rhythm. Attention also turned to timing. With BTS members navigating individual paths alongside group commitments, fans have become acutely aware of subtle shifts in tone and energy. Taehyung's calm, almost introspective demeanor stood in contrast to the intensity often associated with major schedules. To many, it suggested preparation rather than pause, quiet groundwork being laid away from the public eye. The symbolism of the moment continued to resonate. The absence of security theatrics, the understated gestures, the seamless blending into his surroundings, all painted a picture of someone grounded despite extraordinary fame. It sparked conversations about longevity in the industry, about how artists evolve not by doing more, but sometimes by doing less. Online discussions expanded beyond speculation and into appreciation. Fans shared messages emphasizing trust, patience, and respect for his boundaries. Rather than demanding answers, many expressed gratitude for the small reassurance he offered. A wave, a heart, a fleeting acknowledgement that maintained connection without sacrificing privacy. Cultural analysts also highlighted Japan as a meaningful backdrop. Long regarded as a space where art, solitude, and discipline coexist, the country has often served as a creative refuge for musicians, filmmakers, and designers. Whether intentional or not, the setting reinforced the narrative of reflection and quiet purpose. As days turned into weeks, the lack of new information did little to cool interest. Instead, it reframed the moment as something timeless rather than transactional. Not a teaser, not a promotion, but a glimpse. A reminder that not every meaningful chapter needs to be announced to be significant. In the end, what lingered was not the question of what Taehyung was doing in Japan, but how the moment made people feel. Calm, curious, connected. It underscored a truth his career has repeatedly proven. His influence does not rely on constant visibility. Sometimes, his silence speaks with just as much power, and so the story remains open-ended. No confirmations, no denials, just a quiet appearance that left a lasting impression, one that continues to unfold not through statements, but through the space he intentionally leaves behind. As the story continued to circulate, the focus slowly shifted from speculation to interpretation. Rather than asking for immediate answers, many began reading the moment as a statement in itself, a quiet declaration of where Taehyung currently stands, both as an artist and as an individual. His presence in Japan no longer felt like an isolated incident, but part of a broader narrative shaped by intention and restraint. Observers pointed out how carefully balanced the moment was. Taehyung did not completely withdraw, nor did he fully step into the spotlight. Instead, he existed somewhere in between, visible enough to be felt, distant enough to remain undefined. That balance resonated deeply with fans who have followed his journey for years.